Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we'll be talking about the document needed when buying a used car in Canada. In my previous video, I talked about how to buy a quality used car. Why? Just for you to minimize your cash outflow and maintain your cash inflow or even increase it. Well, maybe by side also. So when buying a used car in Canada, there are several documents which are essential to ensure that the purchase is legal and smooth. Now, for the buyer, you must provide your driver license. Now, this driver license can be obtained by Ministry of Transportation in Ontario or equivalent in other provinces. Now, you also need to provide proof of insurance. Now, in Canada, every car must have an insurance. Every car. And the minimum insurance from my research is $150 per month. $150 per month upward. In some places, we have like 300, 400. I have known someone paying 400 per month on insurance. So where can you get this insurance? You can get it from bank, and you can also get it from individual entity that deals with insurance policy giver. So, however, my advice is this: whenever you are going into market, one, always have the information of the market, have details about the market, then list down different seller. So this gives you power when you are negotiating. But if you don't have the knowledge of the market, of what the product or services that you want to buy, the seller always has power over you. Remember, he will have the knowledge, always win. Now, number three, fund for payment. My advice is, it's crazy, but my advice is this. If you want to buy something that is no more than $10,000 or $15,000, try. And you know that you want it and you want to win. I always advise you, go with cash. You know, when the seller did do all the tokens and you say, this is what I want. Yeah, can we move on? This is my cash. I don't have time. Like the seller, when money has this kind of power, the seller say, oh, this guy gives the information that this buyer needs it. This buyer is really interested, truly interested. This buyer wants to buy it. Then the deal is closed. It gives you power. But if you're saying check or maybe bank draft, the seller something might happen. You might change your mind. Oh, don't go again. I'm closing this deal. I'm not buying tomorrow. Oh, my wife did. I want to travel. So that is it. Bill of sales. A document signed by the buyer and seller outlining the details of sales, including seller and buyer name, vehicle description, which are make, model, VIN, etc. Sales price, date of sale. Number 5. Vehicle identification number, VIN. Check the report. And we always advise you to ask for the VIN prior to the time that you will close the deal. So now, it gives you information about the car. Now you can get this report online via Carfax Canada. Now it tells you the history of the car, about the accident history, the ownership history, the servicing, all details. It gives you all information. I think it's around $10 online. Safety standard certificate. You need this before you can even get license in plate license in Canada. Now it is issued by vehicle by mechanics. You can a registered mechanic in your area. They will check the light and other parts. I will list all those parts here above. Emission test certificate if applicable. So transfer of ownership from, you need to get this form from the seller also. Transfer of ownership form, or you can call it used vehicle information package. So the seller must provide this document in Ontario. And what is included in this document? The vehicle history, the current line, tax due on sales. Now, the next thing is this. So for the seller, what they provide to the buyer, the seller must provide vehicle ownership document, also called registration certificate, which must be signed over to the buyer to transfer ownership. Number 2, bill of sales. As mentioned above, this ensures that the transaction details are documented. Number 3, safety standard certificate. So if you are buying a vehicle from individual, I will advise you, always push this safety to the buyer. Why? Anyone that will not have confidence and say that, yes, I can do a safety standard certificate for you, there's a doubt, there's a clause. So push it to them. If they don't want to do it, then walk away. I will always advise you. That is why I advise you that always put 5 service or product that you have found on ground. So it will give you power to walk away. Don't marry to only one service or one product when you are going to market to buy stuff. Now, the used vehicle information package, it contains all the details. I've listed it above. Key and manual. This is a physical thing. So sure, you need to get all the key. If you have an extra key, you need to get it. So if you see some feature or some things that you want to get in the vehicle and the owner. So another thing, once you buy the car and you sign the deal, the day you do the exchange, everything, and you discover that the owner is taking out something, the previous owner is saying, no, doesn't have any right at that moment. You've signed it. You've signed the deal. So when I say, I want to take the jack, I want to take the spanner, no. We've signed the deal. But if you are merciful enough, you can say, okay, take it. So after getting all these documents, what is the next thing? Your plate number, your plate license. So registration and plate license. After you purchase, the buyer will need to visit Service Ontario. Service Ontario, that is Ontario. But you can, in other provinces, they have another name. Yeah. So what are the documents that you need to provide? You need to provide them the complete ownership and safety certificate. So you can see why the safety certificate is important. If you don't provide it, they will not issue it because they don't want you to drive any kind of vehicle in Ontario for the safety of the environment and the citizen. Number 2, pay tax based on the sales price. So if you're buying the car 3,000, you need to pay tax on that 3,000. Then they will issue you the license. And here you go. So you can see. So for more video like this, please like, share, and subscribe. See you back here.